Hello all. In 1988, we had a revolution in terms of skill development programs towards design, and the CAT Center had pioneered that effort. Similarly, now CAT Center is happy that we will be part of another revolution wherein we have launched courses on electric vehicle programs. And today with me I have two of industry experts. One, Mr. Ajay Ahuja. He is specialized in REMs and transmission, and Mr. Vivek is specialized in batteries and BMS. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, sir.
So, just wanted to ask you one basic question. See, everybody in the market are talking about electric vehicle. Every organization, if we look at today, they are talking about electric vehicle. Just to give a insight on what is this electric vehicle and why everybody are talking about this today.
So earlier we had the reciprocating masses moving into the engine, and now we have the rotary electromechanical rotors moving into the stator. That is the motors. So that's how I define, and host of other aggregates which will comprise electric vehicles.
Okay, fine, sir. So I believe we have got an insight towards it, and as such, to give some more insight to various people who come and ask us what is electric vehicle, what is that we need to learn in that, I have a couple of questions for you. It will be great if you can answer that, and it will act as a catalyst for many people who are interested to get into this. So my basic question is, there are so many students who are coming and talking to us at CAT Center saying that, okay, I want to learn something about electric vehicle. So we just wanted to understand how this particular field, when we talk about electric vehicle, if a student is aspiring to be an automotive designer tomorrow, how essential it is for him to understand about electric vehicle for the current as well as in future, sir.
See, the technology aggregates may look to be new, but the application part is actually what makes the difference, and what makes it successful to go towards the electric vehicles. We have been using the ICE vehicles for long, studied them, experienced them. Now we have a little, I would say, know-how towards application engineering, towards the various modules which are there in the vehicles. And if we just understand the differences under those modules of vehicles, where the EV fits into, or where the EV changes the architecture of the vehicle, I think this is the time where the students have to be charge of it, that these changes will bring the electric vehicles on another platform. And that is where the challenge lies for the students, to know that niche gap between the earlier used ICE vehicles and the EVs, whether it is BIW or the rotating masses, the motors or the batteries, which is not new to us, but for this, for the EVs, definitely that's a new application. So these gaps, understanding those gaps and understanding this new technology where we are moving is the challenge with us, which we have to bridge as fast as possible, because today the technology doesn't give much time to even start a new thing, or even replicate anything, or to make it practical. So I think we have to be geared up enough to understand the basics of it. We have all learnt, but for in the EV application, definitely it has to go 1 mile ahead to be more successful.
Okay, sir. So that's good, and we understand that yes, EV is the future. So that's fine. So sir, actually, we have been talking about a lot of engineering disciplines today, and many times we are hearing that there is something called a system engineering which has come. which is coming into picture, and most of the times we hear about that. So, in terms of EV, when we look at it, we wanted to have an insight towards how the variety of disciplines, say for example, somebody would be a graduate or a student who is pursuing mechanical engineering, or somebody can be electronics, somebody from electrical, and somebody from computer science. So there are various disciplines which are there. So in EV, when we look at EV as such, how does it all get integrated, and each one has to play a role? So can you please give us an insight about that, so that it will be helping students to understand, yes, where is their role is all about.
Sure. I mean, when I graduated, that time the equation was very simple: mechanical engineer equal to automobile. And if there are, let's say, 90 mechanical engineers, there would be 10 from electrical discipline, because some sort of electrification was there. But today, as we stand in 2020, the entire scenario had changed. Now, automobile is not just about moving people from point A to point B. We all are facing issues in terms of emissions. There is a pressing need. We are sort of, as a community, or humanity has damaged excuse me, the environment tremendously, and people are trying to find ways so that while we transport goods and people from point A to point B, we do it in a green way, and that is where electric vehicles step in. And the migration won't happen overnight. It will be not a shift from, let's say, North Pole to the South Pole, but there will be a gradual shift. And so shift from fossil fuel vehicles to electric vehicles is happening to a good extent across the globe. India is also catching up. And what I see is the mechanical engineer is actually no more mechanical engineer, he is a mechatronics engineer, because so much of electronics has gone inside the vehicle. The diagnostics that are required to do, mechanical engineer only basis his knowledge of physics cannot do it. You need somebody who understands the embedded systems, for example, how the communication happens across various control units. Then something very interesting is you need chemical engineers. The reason is the energy source is battery, and the chemical formulation that you are using inside, the way things are evolving, lot of chemistries are existing, and which one will dominate only future will tell. I mean, nobody can tell that right now. But going by the trend, it's pretty evident that you need even chemical engineers, which previously wasn't thought of in an electrical, in an automobile industry. And the answer, the way we are going through, the industry is going through, it's 1 + 1 = 0 many times, and maybe after a lot of R&D, you get 11 as an answer. So that 1 + 1 = 0 many times is worth doing, because there is so much to achieve. And another thing that is happening while electrification is happening is connected cars. So you even need electronics and telecommunications engineer, a lot of them. Because the car is actually your second home. The maximum time you spend between, after office and home is car while you are commuting. So a lot of connectivity features are required, and even those engineers who are part of electronics, telecommunication, definitely have a future. And the third thing is the computing that is required, because humanly it is not possible to take, control each and every, let's say, system in a car. You need electronic interfaces, and the kind of data exchange that happens, you need even artificial intelligence in some form, to some degree. So even your computer engineering, some discipline, you will need it. And the ultimate or nirvana stage is driverless cars. So car has to be super duper intelligent, and how it is going to do? You need sensors, you need lidars, you need radars. So you name the discipline and you need it. So So that is what I would say, that all engineering branches have a lot of scope to contribute towards development of electric vehicles. India is still taking baby steps, and which means we have a very bright future to grow and grow big.
I believe whatever the answers given by our experts, you can look at it. Every engineer has to look at the future, and the current and future opportunities will be in electric vehicle. And we at CAD Center are very happy that we have taken the first step, and we'll be happier to share with you that we will be a pioneer in launching electric vehicle programs in the coming days. And through this platform, I request every engineer, even a graduate who is into electronics, okay, or even into telecommunication, or even into chemical engineering, or any graduate who is associated with all these disciplines, to visit nearest CAD Center to get more details on what is the kind of program and why we are doing, and what are the kind of job opportunities we are having. Over and above, now I would like to thank our industry experts to be part of this program, and also they have given an insight in a very little time about where actually EV is moving, and EV, we will make sure that along with them, we'll make sure that you are future ready along with EV. And I believe the greatest question what they have answered today is, where are you going EV? So I think along with that, I would thank everyone who have listened to this, and all the best to everyone. Thank you so much.